that was for sure.
Still got a harsh throat from that game being
Mhm.
there, and oh my gosh, what a game it was. The whole experience at SoFi is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that stadium, and that was the first time I'd been at a game at SoFi.
Yep.
And man, $5 billion on one of the probably the coolest stadiums I've ever been in.
Absolutely amazing, guys. If you haven't been to a game, you got to go to a game.
Got
Absolutely.
to.
And you got to go to the tailgate too. Check out the tailgate.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Thunder Alley, man, they'll do you right over there, dude. That place is phenomenal. I mean, it's one giant party after tent after tent. Food,
Yeah.
everything you need there, man, is all there for you, and it's great too to be able to connect a lot with the influencers out there too. We saw a lot of the guys, fan clubs and so on and so forth. We were there. Awesome to be able to be there. Brisket Broads were there.
Oh man,
I mean, it was just killer, man. It was a great time. I know Andy got a hat too, by the way.
I got 2 hats from Bolt Daddy 619 and the Bolt Complex. So check these out. It's great because it's the old OOG San Diego.
Yep.
So hey.
What does it say on the side, by the way, too?
Oh yeah.
Forever.
The side forever. Yeah, which I love. So it's great stuff, dude. So yeah,
so sick.
I had to get this. I at the last tailgate, I tried to get one at the very end, but unfortunately didn't have any more. So it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
So I was searched the entire tailgate for him. Literally, I was like, man, where that? So yeah, it was Angel that had him. So it was pretty sweet chat with him. So yeah. Anyways, but these are great. So again, Bolt Daddy 619 from the Bolt Complex. I thought they're pretty awesome. So I had to get both hats.
Yeah, he was like, do I want one? No, I'm getting 2. I got both.
I got to get both. I only got 1 hit, but I got 2 hats. Pretty exciting.
Pretty amazing, man. But yeah, he was searching high and low for them and eventually found them. So it was pretty sick. So.
And we're going to keep bringing out some more merch as well, too, guys. So I know that Bolt Up or let's go, Brandon Staley.
Yep.
Shirt was just hot. Everyone was just talking to us at the game about it. So we're going to get more stuff out there for sure, guys. So keep paying attention to what we got going.
Sure. Shout out to all the crews out there too, by the way, man. Bolt Pride 602, we saw those guys there too. Since I'm from Arizona, just link up with them and everything too. We got the
Rivers Yacht Club.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Big Dan.
Big Dan's awesome.
Dan.
Oh man, he's such a good dude. Big Dan's so great, man. We had a great conversation. So yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome.
Was solid, man. So anytime you guys go to SoFi, make sure you guys go to Thunder Alley. Great time for sure. So.
And I will say one thing too. The thing that's cool about Thunder Alley, everyone talks about FTR, family, trust, and respect. I'll tell you what, every fan base that shows up. So I've been to Jacksonville and I saw the Broncos. No disrespect. Everyone was having a great time. Of course, when you do see a Raider fan,
you
throw a taco at him or something. But I'll tell you right now, man, like no joke, everyone was treated so great. In fact, I remember walking up to these 2 Bronco fans who were just standing there, just like looking at me, and I go, "Dude, the food's free.
Yeah,
walk around, just grab something." Like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah,
it's all donation based. It's free, but it's donation based.
Give me a couple bucks, right? Just for our time and effort." But they were like, "Holy smokes, are you for real?" So they walked around. I saw them for 2 seconds. They're eating these tacos that were for free.
It's great.
Let's taco about it. That place is great, by the way.
Yeah.
Long line, but it's super. Food. Oh my gosh, amazing. So yeah,
great time though, man. It was great being at that game, and just what a great experience all around.
100%, man.
And let's talk about the experience of being at that game. By the way, holy moly.
There's a few times I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta check my pulse, dude."
You did.
Smartwatch. I'm like, I'm gonna die here pretty soon. Heart attack. No joke. It was unbelievable. But ugly win.
Hey, a win's a win, man. Yeah. And like I was saying after this game, I said, "Hey, look, last week we won by them missing a field goal. This week we won by kicking a field goal."
Yes.
With the kicker, by the way, shout out to Dustin Hopkins.
You got to get a game ball too.
Game ball. Bad hammy, still making it work, dude. And he made it happen. So crazy game, the way that all worked out, And the thing is, though, with the O-line too, I mean, we didn't have Corey Lindsley out there.
Nope.
That's not good at all.
Nope.
That really changed up the dimension of our O-line.
Yeah, Will Clapp came in. He got hurt. And then Hymas had to come in. It's like, man, what's going on?
Who's a right guard, not a center.
What is going on here, And like, it's weird. Like, they're just not timely injuries, right? No injuries are ever timely.
Timely,
yeah.
Exactly.
But it's one of those situations you have to sit back and just say, man, holy smokes. Like, why is this happening? But, hey, we got the W, man. Either way, we got the W. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing too, I wanted to see out of this game, I wanted to see the Chargers to not give up over 20 points, which ironically we didn't even score 20 points to win this game. So,
Yep.
But 19-16 obviously was the ending outcome to this in OT. I mean, crazy to see that. You know, I know it's not our defense, but shout out to the Broncos defense. You know, the thing about them, that is obviously their strength. Their offense is their weakness.
100%.
That defense makes offenses look really, really bad. And they did a great job to make us look horrible.
Yeah, they wanted an ugly game, and that's exactly what they got, right?
Yep.
And that's exactly what ultimately even the Browns last week wanted. They wanted an ugly game as well, too, and we gave them that as well, too.
Yeah.
I guess, if there's a takeaway, we still got the win, right? Because every game in the NFL is a different game, right? As Brandon Staley likes to say, they all have a life of its own.
Yep.
So, it's good that we are still able to get the W, but not in the way that we wanted it to be, right? We wanted to see a blowout. I mean, I was telling everybody, I was talking so much trash to every Broncos fan I saw. 14 points. We're going to win by 14 points. 14 points.
I said 35.
Yeah, 35. Yeah, but and it was frustrating, sitting in the fan, you're sitting there going like, why are we not moving the ball down the field?
Yeah.
I was frustrated with Justin Herbert because Justin Herbert wasn't moving the ball down the field.
Yeah.
He was doing all these check down passes, which is super frustrating. But my point in saying that's really the Broncos defense.
Yep.
I think they did a very good job of taking away the deep ball, and that's exactly what they ran cover two.
Yep.
They ran cover two
Pretty much
the
all day.
entire game. In fact, I made that comment I think halfway through. I was like, they're not letting us throw the ball deep.
Yep.
They said, you're going to beat us, you got to beat us in front. And what concerns me about that, though, is that's probably the defense you're going to see from other teams in the league
100%,
moving forward
100%.
with us. So, because they know that they could slow our attack. I mean, think of the last two games. Herbert's been right around 200 yards total.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you make our team a little more one-dimensional, then that's a big difference. So yeah.
Tons of dink and dunks throughout that entire game. It really didn't seem like there was much downfield. First play of the game when we bombed the ball to Mike Williams, got that penalty. I was thinking, okay, we're going to really take these shots downfield. Nope, it was out just little flank out routes, just to the side, pretty much all game.
Yep.
And so it's interesting to see that. But, once again, when you start figuring out a player or figuring out a team, you start playing that defense accordingly. So,
and it's weird. I asked myself as well. We got a plan coming over here.
Here you go. Now. Watch out.
Hey, here we go. No, but it's interesting because I asked myself this question though, and I'm going to push it back a little bit. Is this a really good Broncos defense, or is our offense just still struggling?
Yeah.
Right. I think it's a mixture of both. Personally, I don't think it's absolutely everything.
Yep. Absolutely. And it's crazy to be able to see that type of game. And I mean, I hope that we're going to correctly, shift our game accordingly and to be able to get back on track to where we need to be with obviously next week now against the Seahawks. So, just an update too. I saw that Russell Wilson did pull his hammy late in the fourth.
Yep.
So, I mean, did that make a difference in the game? Possibly. He said he was still just trying to gut it out, just kind of like how Hopkins did.
Yep.
And so, as a player, you want to go out there and try to find a way to make a win happen. So, bottom line, I think for us, it was an ugly win.
Yeah.
But, we got lucky. We got lucky in this one. I did want to pull up, and I know we'll probably do a longer video about the J.C. Jackson situation. Yeah. He got benched in the second half. Why? Because he was not playing well by any means.
He wasn't trying either.
Yeah, not trying.
I think about that. I can't remember the tight end's name who scored that touchdown.
Yeah,
he was completely wide open, and JC was just standing there. He ran to the corner, didn't even try to get him out of bounds, and he gave up on the play.
Yep.
And look, I will tell an interesting story about this. So who came in for him was Mike Davis.
Yep.
Mike Davis played corner at BYU. Mike Davis was actually benched at BYU his senior season.
Yep.
Because he had this attitude, and BYU very specifically is like, no, okay, you're a senior, you're going to play. That's pretty much what happens at BYU. But Bronco Mendenhall, the head coach at the time, said, no, sorry, you're not playing. So he was benched, had to become an undrafted free agent, just like J.C. Jackson. And you gotta ask yourself this question, right? Is JC on board with the defense? My feeling is he is not. What do you guys think down below, right? Like when you reply back to us on this, what are your thoughts? Is JC on board or is he not on board? Because I kind of have this attitude that he's not. Guys, is he trade bait? You think we trade him away? I mean, $82 million, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, he's not helping our team.
Nope.
He's not helping our team. In
No.
fact, Mike Davis did a great job of, making tackles. J.C.
Yeah.
Jackson wasn't
He was
doing
making
anything.
plays.
So you just got to wonder, man, we spent so much money on this guy, right? Do we
Yeah.
cut bait now or what? Now I will say this one last thought, and then I'll pass you. Brandon Staley needs to have a come to Jesus meeting with him.
Yeah,
He needs to
100%.
sit down and say, bro, are you on board or are you not?
Yep.
Because if the answer is no, great. We'll dump you off.
We'll find a way.
We'll
get you out of
get
here.
rid of you at this point, right?
Yep.
Which sucks to say because we have very high hopes for him. But if it comes down to that, the team's got to make the right decision.
Well, you got to think about what happened with Robbie Anderson. I mean, Robbie Anderson got basically kicked off the field pretty much by the coach and such. Kind of correct the player, and guess what? Next day he got traded.
Mm-hmm.
And so, is that going to happen with J.C. Jackson? Who knows? I mean, is he really saying that ankle's not good? Who knows?
Yep.
Is he bought into the system? Which there was conversations about that with some players on the team. Who knows? Maybe it's J.C. Jackson that's that guy. So we'll do a longer video about that because that's something really, really good to be able to chat about.
Yeah,
so
100%.
But all around this game was crazy. Shout out to Jasir Taylor, by the way, make the play of the game on special teams. That was just to be able to bump the Broncos player right into the guy catching the punt, created the fumble, created the situation, allowed Dustin Hopkins to hit his 4th field goal and the most critical field goal of the game to win it for us. So,
and both those guys got game balls too.
Oh, they have to. They were the guys making the plays.
Well, and not only that, Jasir Taylor blocked him into it, and then it was our boy
Dean Leonard.
Dean Leonard recovered the ball.
Yep.
So 2 rookies making big plays right there. And guys, I know a lot of people keep talking about Telesco doesn't draft. I mean, look, this is a great example. 2 rookies making the play, game winning.
Yep.
And look, bottom line, NFL's a tough sport no matter what.
Yep.
People have to perform. J.C. Jackson's a great example of that, right?
Yep.
He has all the talent in the world, and whatever reason, he's not making it happen.
Yep.
But, these rookies are out there. They're hungry. And the good news is they're getting a taste of success.
100%.
They're going to be building up. They're going to figure out how to get better and make it in the system. So, yeah, very exciting.
Yeah.
But good win, ugly win.
Ugly, but it's a W.
Hey, and I'll tell you what, though. The Seahawks are going to be tough.
Yeah, it will
I
be a
should say
tough game.
Seahawks are going to be tough. The Seahawks. But for real, man, guys, moving into that next week, look, they look great. They got a rookie running back going in there now.
Yeah.
Geno Smith actually looks good.
Yeah.
Shockingly.
Yeah. Super weird. Super weird.
But just go show you how good Pete Carroll is. So
Pete Carroll's great. Yeah.
We're going to have some more material.
Yeah, just looking forward to the game this weekend. But, man, my voice is still harsh from this one, and it's struggling to stay around. So, but great game, guys. Once again, even a lot of the Broncos fans there were very, very down on their team even after that game.
Yep.
And, it's kind of nice to see.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to see. But
it is.
Either way, man, guys, appreciate the support. Like, comment on this video, too, if you guys have any questions or any insight on this game. I mean, sorry, we're kind of doing this a little bit late, but it was late when we got home. And then also, the day after, we were hoping to be able to get some content out. So anyways, guys, appreciate the support, guys. Bolt Bros, let's go.
What up, Bolt fam? It's Kyle from the Bolt Bros here. Hey, my brother said a lot of good things about the game and about the upcoming game too, but there's a couple of things that I wanted to highlight as well for the Broncos versus Chargers game. First and foremost was 57 attempts that Justin Herbert made, and we had 0 passing touchdowns. Now, I don't know what the heck's going on, whether if that's remarking badly on our offense or if that's remarking goodly on the Broncos defense. I would feel like it's the later. I feel like it actually shows that the Broncos defense is much better than they really seem to be. But that also just means that our offense is still slagging. Now, we all know that our offense is about the same as it was last year, and we were top 5 last year. But this year, we've not been able to kind of get those wheels turning very well. Our run game is not that moving. However, we did have a pretty good showing this game with Sonny Michel stepping up with Joshua Kelly being hurt a little bit. And Austin Eckler actually had our only rushing touchdown for the game. And so that's actually shown a little bit of a bright spot for our offense. Now, defensively, obviously, we had a lot of stops, and we prevented them from scoring a whole bunch of touchdowns, just like they prevented us from having a bunch of touchdowns. So I feel like we did fairly well on both sides of the ball, and it was a very defensive game, obviously, but regardless of all that, this was a special teams game, hands down. You can't question that at all, because as we talked about earlier, freaking Hopkins, he got what he deserved with that game ball and actually making us win this game, even with his injured leg. Now, granted, I believe he's going to be out for the next 2 weeks, skipping the Seattle game, and then we won't see him till after the bye week. He needs to rest that leg really well, so that way he can be ready for after the bye week. Now, what I wanted to say too, though, is like there's a disturbing fact and a disturbing trend that I keep seeing with the Chargers is that we do not rarely have points on our opening drive. Our scripted 15 plays are not being successful, and now I don't understand why our plays have not been doing well with our scripted situation there. But what's also disturbing to me is that we have not had a single first quarter touchdown at home since the Rams preseason game. We had one first quarter touchdown with the Texans, but for the most part, the only points we've been scoring on the first quarter is a field goal. Now, that's a lot what we've been talking about with everything else this entire year, is that we've not been playing a full 60 minutes. Like, I feel like we're just starting to ramp up in that first quarter, and then we score in the second quarter, and then third quarter we might score some more, but then the fourth quarter we kind of slack. We're just not firing at all cylinders at 100% of the time. And so this has been a very frustrating thing for us Chargers fans. Now, I don't know what they need to actually do to improve that. Obviously, just keep going. It ain't over till that clock runs zero. And obviously we want to see, as always, is all gas, no brakes, and we haven't seen that yet out of this team. But look, like I said, this was definitely a special teams game, because two of our rookies, just like my brothers talked about, Jasir Taylor and Dean Leonard, really shined through this game, and they actually really made the key play that actually allowed us to actually wrap that game up with that special teams fumble there. Like, that was beautifully executed by Jasir Taylor to actually use the other defender against the catcher, and to get that fumble. And then obviously Dean Leonard being in the right position to actually get that ball. Absolutely clutch move. That was exactly what we needed to see in the Chiefs game on week 2, is where the other special teams player was in the right position to get the ball for our onside kick attempt. So I'm just really excited to see that the special teams actually came through, and actually we made it happen. That's something that we don't talk about enough in the NFL, is how important the special teams unit is. Obviously, there's a lot of times people like, oh yeah, a field goal is all that's needed to win a game, and that's absolutely true. But no one ever really talks that much about the kicking unit or the punt return unit. Those are all very critical elements to the game. And there's all that hidden yardage in there for the offense in order to get the better ball position and that better opportunity to win the game. Because clearly we got that fumble and we were practically within field goal range at that moment, but it was even nicer that we got to be able to go through and get a little bit closer, especially with that hurt leg, whatever. Anyways, that's all my thoughts for this game, at least for right now. I might have a couple other thoughts later, but as always, it's on to the next one. We'll see you guys in Seattle. I'm going to be there this time. Unfortunately, I had to work, and I was just dealing with a whole bunch of stuff here. I really missed everybody at Thunder Alley. Like, I really was so sad all day that I had to be here at the office doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But hey, that's life sometimes. I know a lot of people can't make it all the time, but hey, next time I'm going to be there for the Seahawks game. And I hope to talk to you guys and see you guys there, and we'll have some more fun. But as always, bolt up, Bolt Bros, let's go.